There's a certain kind of silence that only exists inside a vehicle that feels like it understands you, and once you notice it, you can't go back. It's early morning, the kind where the world hasn't fully decided to wake up yet. The road is empty, the air still carries last night's coolness, and somewhere between the first turn of the key and the soft hum that follows, something clicks. Not mechanical, something deeper. And here, on Elite Auto Review, moments like these matter more than numbers on paper. Now, before anything else, a quick note. Some of the visuals you're seeing are AI-generated, crafted to help bring this experience to life. They may not perfectly match the real truck, but the feeling, that's as real as it gets. From the outside, it doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't need to. There's a quiet confidence in the way the body lines flow, clean, deliberate, almost restrained. The front fascia carries a presence that feels more refined than aggressive, like it knows it belongs in both a business district and a dirt trail without changing its tone. I found myself walking around it longer than expected, not because it demanded admiration, but because it earned it slowly. Then you open the door. There's a weight to it, solid, reassuring. And inside, it's not what you'd expect from something with a bed in the back. The cabin feels considered. Soft-touch materials where your hands naturally rest, stitching that feels intentional rather than decorative. The seats don't just support you. They hold you in a way that makes long drives feel shorter. I caught myself adjusting the seat less than usual, which says more than any spec ever could. Driving it isn't about proving power, it's about delivering it quietly, consistently. The engine responds with a smoothness that feels almost understated. You press the pedal, and instead of a dramatic surge, there's a steady, confident push forward. It's the kind of performance that doesn't try to impress in the first 5 seconds, but keeps impressing an hour later. On uneven roads, it absorbs imperfections with a calm composure that makes you forget they were there in the first place. And then there's the technology. Integrated, not overwhelming. The screens don't dominate your attention, they assist it. Everything feels placed where it should be, reacting just quickly enough to feel responsive without ever feeling rushed. I particularly appreciated how the driver assistance systems work in the background, subtly correcting, gently guiding. It's not about taking control away from you, it's about making sure you never feel alone behind the wheel. But here's where things shift. Somewhere between the comfort of the cabin and the quiet confidence of the drive, a question starts to form. What exactly is this vehicle trying to be? Because it doesn't fit neatly into the usual categories. It's not as ruggedly raw as some traditional pickups, and it doesn't chase the overpolished luxury of high-end SUVs. It sits in this unusual space, one that feels personal. And that might be its greatest strength or its biggest challenge, depending on who you are. If you're someone who needs a truck to prove something, to others or even to yourself, this might feel too subtle. There are other options out there that lean harder into boldness, into statement-making design, and louder performance. But if you're the kind of person who values how something fits into your life rather than how it stands out in a parking lot, this starts to make a lot of sense. In daily use, it's surprisingly adaptable. Grocery runs don't feel excessive, long highway drives don't feel tiring, and when you do need that utility in the back, it's there, quietly capable, never intrusive. Safety-wise, it wraps you in a sense of awareness rather than restriction. You're still in control, just with a smarter set of eyes watching alongside you. I'll be honest, there was a moment when I parked it, stepped out, and looked back, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. That doesn't happen often. And another moment stuck in traffic where I realized I wasn't as irritated as usual, That says even more. In the end, this isn't a truck that tries to define you, it adapts to who you already are. And maybe that's the rarest thing of all, a machine that doesn't ask you to change, only to notice what matters a little more clearly.